Hello and welcome to Car and Bike. Meet the new 2024 Yezdi Adventure. New, yes, because it's been significantly updated. Lots of updates to the engine, suspension, exhaust. We'll talk all about it, how is it to ride. But Yezdi calls it the perfect storm. And to cook up the perfect storm, I have with me my colleague Janak.
Yeah, Preetham. So, yeah, the new Yezdi Adventure, and all I'm going to say is that, these bikes are dirty, but in my opinion, they aren't dirty enough. What do you think? I'm going to gear up and get on this motorcycle right away.
While Janak goes dirty dancing, you don't go anywhere. If you haven't liked the Car and Bike channel yet, please do like the channel, hit that bell icon so that you get more reviews, comparisons from everyone here at Car and Bike.
Yezdi says it took close to a year to update its entry-level ADV motorcycle, and the changes are more than just cosmetic.
So let's look at what all has changed on the new Yezdi Adventure. The engine has undergone a lot of changes. Some of those have already been, you have seen on the Java 350. Internals have been tweaked a lot, crankshaft is new, clutch assembly is new, and more than that, the suspension damping has been changed. The exhaust routing has been changed so that you don't feel the heat on the leg. But while it's being routed below the bike, it hasn't affected the ground clearance. It's still 220 millimeters of ground clearance. The exhaust completely new, and visually, if you look at this, the main cage, it's completely new, and that's the design is changed, and it also shed a lot of weight. According to Yezdi, it's become more refined. First, second, third gear you get low end torque, and fourth, fifth, sixth you get full top end performance for cruising also. But more on that once we ride it, and more refinement is what Yezdi says. So let's go ride it. Janak has already disappeared and see what it's all about.
As you can see, we are riding the all-new Yezdi Adventure motorcycle that has been thoroughly updated by the manufacturer. So we are out here in the open, in the wilderness, riding this motorcycle. I've only, tossed it around. You can see it on the motorcycle that, there's a lot of dirt and grime that already got on it. The other 5 bikers were heading down there, and we are going to go take this bike out on the trails to check out how it is. So initially, to give you some quick pointers on the motorcycle, it's got an updated motor, which is the Alpha series motor that's been thoroughly updated now. So it's the same one which has been brought in from the new Java 350, which has been given to the Adventure now. On initial basis, this is going to get going. There's a tractor behind me. So I'm going to talk you through on a quick impression on how the motorcycle is to ride now. So I ridden the first generation Yezdi Adventure in 2022, and back then the motorcycle felt quite heavy. That weight, which used to be quite intimidating to put this motorcycle into all these kind of terrains that I'm riding on right now. As you can see, it's a lot more fun, and you can, yeah, so you can gas it without being much worried about the weight. So the Alpha engine, which has been carry forward from the Java 350, it produces around 29 bhp and 29 Nm of torque, and right now it's a lot more usable, so it makes a lot more fun to ride this motorcycle. Usually on a heavy motorcycle, you would want to think twice before doing all these kind of stunts, but now since the weight is reduced, the motorcycle is a lot more manageable, and that said, the fun quotient goes up. So yeah, and the thing is that Yezdi, they have improved the internals and the overall the mapping of the engine. So significantly speaking, for the first 3 gears the mapping is different, for more torque and for better traction around such road surfaces. but also the road also, like, you get a more torque, so you're on the get-go, you have a good pickup speed and everything. I never thought I will be jostling around this motorcycle this comfortably before the previous edition, but yeah, this one is definitely a lot better, a lot more fun to ride right now. So yeah, let's try to turn it around and line up with the boys, and yeah, gets to have some more fun. Yeah, and yeah, let me see, so see those. Little bit of skill is required for sure, but yeah, once you get the hang of it, the reduced weight definitely helps to make this motorcycle a lot more fun. So yeah, and you're going. Yeah, you just got to flip the throttle. That's the trick. That's the trick. Yep. Oh yeah. Woo! Yeah, that's how you do it. Nice and mucky, superbly wet. So yeah, as I was telling you guys, this is the new exhaust system. It's been routed from the front of the motorcycle, goes down and over here. So Java says that there is no compromise on the ground clearance, so that's a good thing. Overall, the packaging of the motorcycle also seems pretty fine. I think it's got its own character and appeal. The previous one had some resemblance to the now discontinued Himalayan. So yeah, Bhaiya ji, having fun?
Yeah, it's too much fun.
Oh yeah, this bike is a lot of fun now. Yeah. Ye dekho.
I was renting it there.
And right now I also was. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, the boys are having fun. So that definitely is a good sign. So I'm sure these guys are too. So yeah, so there are quick things. So there are 4 colors on this motorcycle. So yeah, I'll just wipe the lens once. So you got this was mild black, then you got the dual tone white one over here, and apart from that you've also got this maroon colored one, and yeah, there's this gloss dual tone one as well. So there's a grey shade and a black shade, the dual tone scheme.
So as you can see from our bikes, from our riding gear, from our helmets, we did go a lot of dirty dancing with the
lot of
Yezdi.
dirty dancing, for sure.
Yezdi Adventure. So Janak, what's been your experience like with the bike, especially off-road?
Oh yeah, oh boy, this bike is a lot of fun now. I have been belting this motorcycle in puddles or whatever ruts, and in all this space that we have to ourselves. And I can truly say that compared to the previous adventure, this motorcycle is a lot more fun. What's your take on the off-road part?
I agree with Janak. It's a significantly improved motorcycle. The lightweight, the suspension damping, and especially the low-end torque in the first 3 gears, as Yezdi has promised. That makes it very tractable in off-road situations. A disclaimer, we haven't had time to really test it on the highway for top-end performance or cruising speed, but for that you'll have to wait for a road test review. But as an off-road or even city speeds, 40, 50, 60, 70, even with
exactly. It feels like a very balanced motorcycle. The top heaviness of the previous motorcycle is gone. So even maneuvering the motorcycle in these kind of environments or even on the tarmac has been so easy. Even taking U-turns for that matter was so much simpler today.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a more agile motorcycle and the engine refinement is a lot improved over the last generation Yezdi Adventure. If that bike was a little intimidating, this one, you can just sit on it with a little bit of experience, you can do a lot of stuff on it, right?
Definitely, yeah. Also, this exhaust system which they have put, I would definitely say that it's got a nice, grunt to it. And even when you take, when you lift off from the throttle, there's a nice, like a pop that you get, which is a nice feeling that you get.
So off-road, this bike is very intuitive, very easy to ride. So I think Yezdi does a great job on improving the adventure, and this one really has impressed us both actually.
Definitely.
Any negatives that you can think about?
Well, the only thing that has been bothering me is the ignition. When you're cranking the motor, it does not start up on the very first get-go. You have to you have to make sure that you do not give in any kind of throttle input, and you have to probably try once, twice, thrice. So it works sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't. Like more oftenly, it doesn't work. So that is something which is, I didn't like that. Like if I'm standing on a signal and if that happens, I am not a nice feeling to have.
Yeah, that's the same thing I experienced throughout the day. A lot of stalling, and once you stall the bike, to start it up again, the cranking, it doesn't start at first crank. So that's a little bit of an irritant for me. Otherwise, ergonomics wise, I find there's a small problem. I wouldn't say a problem, but it's there. When you're standing up and riding off-road, these side panels, I feel should have been slightly more inside, because they tend to rub against your inside of a leg. It's a small issue, but yeah, it is noticeable sometimes. But
yeah, you can see, like my boots have been scrubbing the sticker of the bike over here. So
yeah, so when you're
it would have been nicer if it was flatter. So
yeah,
that would have been a nicer
that's
move.
what I meant.
They would have done
it's more rounded on the outside, so your knees, your inside of your legs tend to scrape on the side panels. So that's a small issue, but you get used to it, but it's there. But more than that, the stalling issue is something which I think Yezdi should look into. That's a bit of an irritant. But otherwise, off-road, low-end tractability.
Yeah, even the brakes also, I don't think so that I have anything to complain about. They did a good job of setting the speed, and also there was enough bite and progression also at most of the times when we were, in whatever scenario we were riding in.
Yeah, it gets ceramic pads, sintered pads, so good braking and 3 levels of ABS, road, rain and off-road. All different kinds of modulations. But how does it tour? How does it cruise? We'll have to get back to you with a full road test for that. But overall, this has been a significantly improved motorcycle for sure, and quite impressive.
Yeah, definitely.
Prices for the Yezdi Adventure now begin at 2,10,000 rupees, going up to 2,20,000 rupees depending on the color you choose. The mechanicals and features for all 4 colors are the same. At those prices, the Yezdi Adventure right now has no real rival, price to price and spec to spec. Of course, there's a new Himalayan, but that's a full 75,000 rupees more expensive.
So let's talk about how the Yezdi Adventure is finally. So Janak, in one line, how's the bike?
Oh, this is a huge improvement, from the old Yezdi Adventure. Definitely.
I agree with that. And what do you think about the design? Does it still remind you of the Himalayan 411?
That was a huge eyesore for me with the older Adventure, and this one has got its own distinctive character, it's got its own persona. So, and I will not look at this bike thinking of the older Himalayan now. So that is a good thing for this motorcycle, and Yezdi has done a good job in that matter.
So who's it bike for? Commuting, off-road riding or touring?
I think all of that and some more.
I agree with Janak. The new Yezdi Adventure has been a significant improvement. Refined engine, better low-end tractability, better agility, better dynamics overall, and at that price point. What do you think about the price point?
Oh, that's crazy. The new 450 is priced for it's how much? 70,000 more, right?
75,000 more. So
yeah.
If you're looking at an adventure bike in that segment, if you look at the Himalayan 450, that's a full 75,000 more on the base variant.
Exactly. You're saving a lot of money. You're getting a really good adventure motorcycle now. I'll be very honest, I was not a guy who would recommend someone about the older Yezdi Adventure, but this bike, I think I'll definitely recommend people, that to definitely go and test ride it and do try it out, because I have really enjoyed riding this motorcycle today.
I agree with Janak. Overall, the new Yezdi Adventure has been really impressive. I came with no expectations whatsoever. But the moment we started riding off-road, the moment we started spending more time with it, this bike has been nothing short of being just an impressive adventure motorcycle. And at that price point, it really makes for a very solid value for money package.
So that's all on the new Yezdi Adventure. If you have liked this video, do like it and do share it with your friends. That being said, I'm going to gear up and get out to ride this motorcycle some more.
I'm also going to join Janak. But if you ride a motorcycle, please do wear at least a helmet and invest in some riding gear. Be safe on the road, please. Thank you for watching.